Hey, what's up YouTube? This is my basic minecart tutorial. I'm going to be following this tutorial with a few other videos. How to make stuff like this, which is basically a big station and like a switchboard. So if you flip up this switch, you go to one destination. If you flip up this switch, you go to another. So I'll be making those kinds of videos um, like in the next few. And for right now, to introduce the beginners into it, I want to show them the basics of minecarts again, like just like I've been doing for the past couple of videos, and also show them to do this basic little station. That's the foundation for this more complex um, device. And next video I will show you guys how to build this device. It's not too hard. But for now, we just have to do this. It's probably going to be too long if I do them both into one video, so. Alright, so first I'll show you the device that we're going to build today. What it basically is this is like the home station. This is where you start off, and then you click it, and then you go to like the mine or wherever you're going to go. And of course, yours is going to be your like track is going to be much longer than this. This is just a demonstration. So when you get to your destination, you're just going to like stop, get out, do whatever you have to do, and then click the button again, and you'll get back here. So that's just the what the station will do. Alright, so basically the minecart goes on this track, and before you start, I would recommend watching my redstone basics tutorial if you haven't already, and also my tutorial for finding redstone, because you do need some, not a ton of redstone, but like a good amount, not for this part, but for the next part. So if you are going to do this, you're gonna need to get at least like a stack of 64 redstone, I think, probably a little more. And you also need iron, because iron is really important for making these tracks. Not the power, well, I haven't got to power rails, but not these. But these tracks are like just the basic tracks that you use, and they use a lot of iron. So, you know, again, basically they just are what the minecart runs on. Just a normal little train track. Nothing special. Alright, so these are the powered rails. You use gold for these, and without a torch or something powering it, it looks like that. But with a torch, it looks like that. And when you put a minecart on top of it, and then you push it, the minecart goes really fast. Now notice at the end how the minecart stopped. That is because the redstone torch only lasts 9 little powered rails before it expires. So, like in my last video, you saw that there's ways to extend the life of redstone. In this one, the only way to extend the life of a powered rail like this is just put down another redstone torch. But with that being said, I wouldn't even extend this. I think 9 in a row is more than enough. You're going to be going really fast, and that's the purpose of these, to go fast. So you don't need much more than 9. But if you were to do that, the only way is just to put down another one. The other thing I'd like to point out is that it just braked, like it just stopped it like a halt right here, because when powered rail is turned off, when it is not powered like this, it serves as a brake. So I'm going to show you that one more time. And by the way, if you have a minecart sitting on powered rail, you have to push it for it to move. So just because it's powered, it's not going to like start flying if you put it down. So see, you have to push it. Alright, see how it just brakes? See, it stopped before the rail stopped. That's because they serve as brakes. And that'll all play out in the next section. That's a really important feature. Now, of course, you could power it with redstone leading up to it. There's not really that many uses for that, but you could. And you could also power it with a button for a second. Now, you have to wire the redstone like this, because you cannot put you cannot put redstone down right, like, oh, it's hard to demonstrate it for you guys. you can't put it down there because of the button, and because the redstone takes up a block and the button takes up a block. So you can't put it there, so you have to put it underneath it, like that, and that still works fine. It's just kind of weird. And you can also use a lever in the same way. I think you could use pressure plates. All those devices that I showed you before will work to power redstone. And this is another new track. It's called a Detector Rail. And what it'll do is when a minecart passes over it, it will light up whatever is next to it. So whatever's next to it will probably be a power rail. So when this minecart travels over it, see how it lights up for a second and then it stops. So, and then it stops because it breaks, because it has brakes when it's off. So that's an important feature too. Right now you might not know what to use that for, but it's a nice little tool. Oh, and the other thing I didn't mention, I don't think, is to push a minecart, just like walk into it, just like that. And you probably saw me doing that, and you were like, how do you get it to move? But yeah, it's pretty simple. Just walk into it like that, and it'll go. You can like run into it from the side, and I think it'll still go. Yeah, but it's like random. All right. So now we're gonna build this thing. So let's go over here. So the first thing you want to do is just put a stone in the middle, put a rail on top, and right here I'm gonna put power rails on the two other sides of it. It's like up to you how many power rails you put down. You could put one, you could put three, you could put four, you could put two. It all depends on the speed that your car is going when it gets to the station. Cause like you might need more brakes or you might need less brakes. So yeah, it basically just depends on the speed. So play around with that before you like build the whole thing. Uh, because you want it to stop. You want the minecart to stop right there. Regardless of how you set it up, the minecart will stop, but it won't stop. Right? It might stop like there instead of there. So you want it to stop on this block or on this rail. The next thing you're gonna do, once you figured out how many power rails, I'm gonna use two because that works for this speed. But anyways, once you figured out how many power rails, put a detector rail that you just saw on either side, and then that's your home station as far as tracks go. Next thing you need to do for it is just put down a button like that, so a block like that, two away, and then up one, put a button on it, and then wire some redstone like that. Okay, so now when you push this button, it'll light up the redstone for a second. So I'll show you like the mechanics and why it works in a second once I'm done, doing the rest of it. Alright, so now you're doing your track, la 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 la. Do it as long as you want, and then once you get to the end of your track, what I needed you to do is put down a stone like that, put down a rail on top of it, and then do a power rail like that. So again, of course, my track is way shorter than what yours is going to be. You can make it as long as you want. This will still work. So just like that. And you're going to do the same thing with the button. You're going to put two stones out, destroy the bottom one. That, redstone, redstone. So now it'll do the same thing. Once it'll light that up. So now, as you saw before, the powered, oops, I destroyed that one, sorry. The powered rails, when they're not powered, they of course act as brakes. So that thing will break right there. And when you push this button, it'll turn the power rail on, so it'll send the minecart away. And that's what you want it to do. Now when it gets to here, oh, and by the way, minecarts move slower when you're not in them. So that one, I should probably be in that because it's not really going to work as well. Anyways, when you get to this one, over here, the optical rail activates, and then you stop on this side, like that. And that's where you want to stop. That's a little lower. The most the best is to stop like at the very top, like right there. But that's okay, as long as you have enough speed to go down. Alright, so the minecart goes over this, the optical rail activates this, so this doesn't activate as this isn't a break when this optical rail activates it. So it'll send you up, and then you'll get to this part, which is a break, because the optical rail didn't power it. That's why it's important to have this thing in the middle, because if this thing is a power rail, the optical rail will power the whole thing, and then it'll just keep going. And it works on the other side too. So then when you're done, you just click this, and it'll send you down, and wherever you want to go. So then I will just build the other side just, because just in case you want to see it, and I'll show you again in action. But it's just the same exact thing on the other side. Button. Oops, I did that. Nope, I didn't do that wrong. I just have to fix something. Alright. Power rail there. Rail on top. Button. Redstone. There you go. So, and that'll work. And let me get a minecart out to show you. And this thing is really helpful if you would like to wire it so that you could have different destinations. Oops, I didn't click that. Alright, so see how this didn't, I destroyed it, but that didn't stop all the way up, so it didn't have enough momentum to go down. But you just have to play around with that. There are a little, like, it doesn't work a few times like that, but, you just have to play around with it. So anyways, that's that. That is going to let you do starts and stops at your destinations and at your home station. So I hope you like this video. I hope you comment, subscribe, and this video will go with the next videos coming up. Like, the videos coming up will be a direct sequel to this. So if you want to do something even better than this, then make sure you watch my next videos. In the meantime, make sure that you get 2 locations that you want the minecart to go to, and make sure you just make the tracks go to this station. And I will tell you the rest later on, but that's like a little prep work you could do before the video. Okay, so see you later. Thanks, bye.